everyone, welcome back to my channel. Thank you so much to my subscribers. Welcome newcomers. I hope you guys like what you see, and if so, be part of this journey with us, one big growing family. Thank you so much for your loving support and your beautiful comments. I would like to mention I do have a private crochet group. You're more than welcome to join in my group as long as you have a profile pic. There's too many hackers going on crochet groups, so we want to be extremely careful on that. I also do have a crochet page. You can follow me. I have Instagram and TikTok. All of these links will be listed below the video. You just have to click and get yourself part of the journey with us. In the link also below the video, there's a 2-minute video showing you how to slow down the video. Sometimes I get ahead of my head and I forget that I'm recording. So as a fast crocheter, I try my best, but I do tend to forget that I'm recording. Also, and of course, it will show you how to zoom in the stitch and also turn your closed caption on. You could always pause and take notes. I don't write patterns. A lot of you ask me about written patterns. I don't. For those reasons, that's why I decided to record the little video. A lot of you still don't know how to zoom in, either your iPod or your tablet or your mobile phone, and these are easy things to do. I use 4-ply 100% cotton thread. These are Portugal threads, similar to Aunt Lydia number 3. Aunt Lydia number 3 cotton is a little bit thicker. Your patterns will become bigger. For the most part, I use 2.75 hooks, sometimes 3, depending upon the project I'm working on. A small hook, and of course, a pair of scissors. We are going to get started. Please, if you have not subscribed, please join us. Do so. It's free. You're not paying for any of these tutorials. Giving thumbs up also is free. It hurts you nothing to click that thumbs up button. A lot of you see and a lot of you create my patterns, and I can see that you are not subscribed yet or little enough. Give a thumbs up. It's kind of sad for us because we work so hard for you guys. We ask nothing but to just like and subscribe. If you have opinions, suggestions that you would like to see more specifically of a pattern, please let me know. Leave the comment below the video. And sharing is caring, so if you can share the video through your social medias, your WhatsApp, your Messenger, highly appreciated. Thank you so much. I send you guys lots of love. Let's get started, everyone. Okay, everyone. So we're going to create another oval centerpiece. Could be used for counters, tables, buffets, you name it, right? And especially if you have leftover threads, little bits and pieces, you can create beautiful pieces with it without wasting anything. We know that it can be very costly, especially cotton thread, and especially here in Europe. It's ridiculous. But anyway, so I have a bunch of leftover threads, and I'm going to create an oval. I was requested to create something that has, several colors in to get ideas with ovals. So the centerpiece itself, I have created many doilies or table centerpiece with it, and then we'll complete around it with a different coloring, okay? So I'm going to start off with the brown. And then go into the white, and not the white, this is off-white. It's like a cream color. These are 4-ply 100% cotton thread, similar to Aunt Lydia number 3 cotton. Aunt Lydia number 3 is thicker a bit, so your patterns become bigger automatically. I have this multicolored one that's got, the blues and orangey and pink, so I'll see. But sometimes I change ideas with colors, so don't mind me. I go with the flow. Whatever pops in mind, that's what I go with. So we're going to get started. If I don't use the pink, I might go into the Tiffany blue. So for that reason, because they match, both of them match. So we'll see what happens. Always look ahead of the video in case there's mistakes done or I change ideas, and then you don't want to take it down like I usually do. So always watch a bit ahead before you create anything. I'll be using 2.75 hook, a small one to tuck in loose ends, and of course a small pair of scissors. Please don't forget to give a thumbs up on the video. I can't stress enough asking you guys to do that. It costs you absolutely nothing, and it helps us creators you know, with the channel to be circulated by YouTube worldwide. Also, if you haven't subscribed, again, it costs you absolutely nothing and it helps us. The only way we can keep going and putting out these patterns out for you guys for free is by you guys returning the respect, subscribing, and liking. It's literally impossible for us to waste so much money on threads and time consuming. I can't even tell you, sleepless nights on creating these pieces and not getting that love back with thumbs up or subscribing or commenting or sharing. Sharing is caring. Thank you so much for the ones that have been with me from the start and the ones that have just embarked on this journey with me. God bless you. Thank you. Let's get started, everyone. I'm going to start a chain stitch of 47 chain stitch. 1, 2, 3, 4. Another thing is this will be a small oval that I'm going to do, but if you want to make a big one or a medium or extra large or whatever the case may be, you have to keep increasing by 5. Okay, so each time you want to go bigger, you have to increase by 5 on the chain stitch. I'm not going to go too big because these are just, you know, simple tutorials for you guys. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 until I have 47. I've done my 47 chain stitch and I'm going to come back on my 5th. So 1, 2, 3, 4 on my 5th, and I'm grabbing this bottom loop so we can have those 2 loops here on the hook, or your pattern will curve like a U shape. This is the trick for it not to curve. A lot of you comment, what are you doing wrong to your patterns because it's curving? You're making these comments on the crochet groups, and so you have to grab right in the center, make sure that the 2 loops are right up from your hook right there, so that leaves you only 1 in the bottom, and it will not curve. It will give you a nice straight line. Okay, so this is row 1. Okay, everyone, so I have, with the chain that we turned, 44 double crochets. But we're not going to count this first one that we've turned as a double crochet, okay, because we're going to work inside of it. We're going to count from the next one. The double crochet here to the end, it's 43, okay? Now we're going to do 1, 2, 3 chain. I'm coming right on top of that first double crochet, or that last double crochet I should say, with a slip stitch, okay, and then I'm going to go 1, 2, 2 chain for me, 3 for some of you. Coming into the next, doing again double crochet, into the next double crochet. So when we come back, we'll be working inside of this 3 chain. For some of you, you might need to do a 4 chain if your stitch is too tight. Let me just fix my camera here so I don't get off camera. Now I'm going to change my hook to this smaller one. Shouldn't really be using this small one. Should be using a little bit bigger, but I'm used to mine. And where we did those chain stitch, this is where we're going to be doing the double crochet. I'm going to stretch my thread enough so I can get the same height, because this is a smaller hook. We don't want to have small double crochets. So you're to have 43 double crochets coming to the before last that we did that chain. Remember, we're not going to count that either. Now, if you want to put a marker there, that's fine. You can put a marker on that before last one. Okay, so 1 per stitch. I'm sure that a lot of you that are with me for a while recognize this centerpiece. I've created many pieces with it, and this will be similar to many of that I have created. Different stitch here and there, but similarity is quite the same. Okay, so I'm going to do 43 double crochets until the end. Okay, everyone, so I've done my 43 double crochet inside of this last chain that we did. we're going to work 8 double crochets inside of the last one. Okay, so if you want to put a marker on your 43, I know where mine is at, obviously, because we're working inside of the edge one, but you can put a marker or a piece of thread just to make sure you don't get lost. 3, 4, 5, 6, and remembering what we're doing on this side, we also must do on the other side. 7 and 8. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Coming on top of that first double crochet with double crochet, and we're going to proceed until the other edge, okay, all the way to the end, coming inside of the last chain here. Again, we're doing 8 double crochet, so you're supposed to complete 43 double crochet, counting from the very first one on top of the double crochet, not the 8 in the edges. Okay, so I'll meet you at the end. Okay, you guys, I've done my 43. Now I want to make sure you guys do not get confused. Okay, so we're putting the marker on both sides of that first double crochet, not the 8. Okay, I just want to make sure you guys don't get it confused. So we're putting the marker on that first and on this last one, which makes the 43 double crochet, also on this side here. And now we're going to create the 8 inside of that chain. Okay, one, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I'm going to come on that very first one, right on my last chain with slip stitch. Okay, now I'm going to come back in, stretching my thread, single and 1 chain. That's my first double crochet, and then again doing my 43 double crochet. So I'm just gonna, not that I need to hook it because obviously this is where it finishes, right? But I know that there's always like beginners on the channel, so we want to make sure that they don't get confused. Okay, so 1 per stitch all the way to the 43 last one double crochet, just before the 8 on the corner. I'll come back to you. So we'll do this row 1, okay, since we're right on the middle there, but row 1 here and row 2. We're not going to count from here because that's the middle piece in between them. So row 1, where we have the 8 double crochets on the corner, and row 2, just to make sure we don't get lost because it becomes oval, so it's a little bit harder to, or complicated to say row 1 of the center. We'd have to count it on both sides, right? So 1, 2. Meet you at the end. So I'm arriving on my last one and doing my 43 double crochet. Okay, and then just putting my marker back on just for you guys. Okay, now I'm reaching where I have the 8 double crochet. On my first one, we're doing increase 2 together. Actually, we're doing an increase 2 double crochets on the same stitch on the 8 double crochets we have here. So we should have a total of 16 double crochets on the oval here at the edge, 2 per stitch. And don't forget, we're doing the same thing on the other side where we have the 8 double crochets. So 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, missed one here, 14, and this is where you have to be careful. I mean, it's common that things like that happen, and 16. And then again, your 43 double crochets. And then continue on until we close this row 2. I'm not counting the center one here. Okay, simple. I'll meet you at the end. Okay, everyone, so pretty much finished row 2, counting from here, not the center one where we have the 8 double crochet. Okay, 1, 2. Now this is going to change a bit. So I have my marker on there. I'm going to come back in, stretch my thread, single and 1 double crochet into the next one. Make sure you don't skip any because then you'll have issues. Double crochet into the next one, double crochet. So now I'm going to build groups of 3 double crochet, chain 2, skip 1, 2, come into the third one, and create again groups 1 per stitch of 3 double crochet, chain 2, skip 1, 2 into the third one, all the way to the edge, just before the corner. Okay, so I'll meet you here where my marker is. So I'm reaching my last group, which is 9 groups of 3, and it ends exactly where I have my marker. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Chain 2. I'm going to skip 1, 2, and coming on the third one, and I'm going to create 2 double crochet on the same stitch, only for this first one. Chain 2. I'm skipping only 1 into the second, creating 2 double crochet. Chain 2. Skip 1 into the second, create 2. So we skip 2 on the first one, 2 together on the same stitch, 2 chain, skip 1, 2 together on the second stitch, 2 chain, skip 1, 2 together on the second stitch. So far we have 3 groups. On the fourth one, so we're doing 2 chain. We want to be right on the center of this, so we're going to skip 1, 2, and on my third one, I'm going to do 2 on the same stitch, but only on this one here, okay, because we want to be centered from that. Chain 2. Again, we're going to skip 1 and create 2 double crochet. Chain 2, skip 1 and 2 double crochet on the same stitch. So we have now 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 groups. We're going to jump these last 2 like we did here at the beginning of the marker. 2 chain. So we're coming right on top of the marker again for where we did the 43 chains, double crochet, and we're continuing to do our groups of 3 double crochet. Skip 1, 2 and the third one, and continue to do your 9 groups exactly how we have on this side. And when we get to the oval part, we must continue to do exactly how we did here, the 6 groups, and we have to skip 2 on the first one and on the last one. And then once you skip the 2, skip 1 only and create your 2 more groups. So once you have 3 groups, you skip 2. If you need to rewind the video a bit back, then you can. Okay, so skip 1, 2 on the third one, or else it's going to take forever to create this video. It takes too much time consuming on my mobile. Okay, so I'm going to create my 9 groups. So I've completed my 9 groups of 3 double crochet and did my last one right on top of the marker. Chain 2. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 on this side also. Chain 2. Skip 2, going to the third one, create your 2 double crochets on the same stitch. Chain 2. Skip only 1 now. Same thing as the other side. 2 on the same stitch. Chain 2. Skip only 1. 2 on the same stitch. Chain 2. Now we have 1, 2, 3 on the fourth one. We're going to skip 2 so we can be at the center of this here. 2 in the same stitch. Chain 2. Skip only 1 now. 2 together on the same stitch. Chain 2, skip only 1, 2 together on the same stitch, and chain 2, we skip the last 2 and join with slip stitch. So you're supposed to have 6, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6 groups exactly how we have on this side. Okay, everyone. So we pretty much finished row 3, 1, 2, and 3. Now, I'm going to go up 1, 2, 3 chain for double crochet and 2 more for space. Okay, so I'm going to come inside of this first space here, and I'm going to create 3 double crochet. So basically we're going to always create little groups now. 2 chain, come on the next one, 3 double crochet. We're going to do this until we arrive here just before the last group of 3 double crochet. So we have 8 groups of 3. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Chain 2. I'm coming on top of the last double crochet here on my last group with double crochet. Chain 2. We're going to have increases on these groups of 2. So on my first one, 1 double crochet. On my second, 2 together on the same stitch. Chain 2. Again, repeat the same thing. On the first double crochet, double crochet. On my second, 2 together on the same stitch. Chain 2. Going to be repeatedly like this on both edges. Okay. And so we're going to continue to do chain 2 and the increase. So you should have 3 double crochet now. Okay, so I've done my last group, chain 2. We're going to repeat exactly what we did on the other side. 1 double crochet, exactly what we've done here. Chain 2 and come inside and create your 3 double crochet groups. So you're to have 8 groups on this side also, and 2 blocks, 2 little space before the corner. 3 double crochet, the increase on your second double crochet, 2 chain space between them. Okay, so I'll meet you at the end. Just remember to create your 2 little blocks here and your 8 groups. Okay, everyone, so finished my row. Now this is going to repeat. We're always going to have a block of 3 and a little square, a block of 3 and a little square. So I'm going to come back in. You can do your 3 chains if you're used to doing that. And I'm doing my first double crochet coming in, and I'm creating my block of 3. So 2 inside of my chain. Next row will be just the 4 or 5 chain, depending on your tension, to create that block again. Chain 2 into the next square with 3 double crochet. Chain 2. And again, creating those little squares, groups of 3 double crochet. Okay, so all the way until where we have that 1 double crochet. We'll repeat the same thing as we've done here. 2 inside and 1 on top. Okay, so I'll meet you there. So going into the last one, chain 2. 2 inside of my little square and 1 on top of my double crochet. So we know that the next row will be that 1 double crochet. The row after that will be the group. And of course we'll be doing the increase here to chain. So on the first, 1 double crochet, on the second, 1 double crochet, and on my last one we're doing the increase of 2 double crochet, chain 2. So now we have 4. Now we're going to keep doing this until we have 7 double crochets here at the edge. That means we'll be doing 6 rows of these. We have 3, we need 3 more. There's no point of keep repeating the same thing. It's just row group, 1 double crochet, row group, 1 double crochet, and increase on the last double crochet. So we started with 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 until our 7th. Okay, I'll meet you at the end of mine. So 6 groups of these squares, 6 rows of these squares. Okay. Okay, everyone, so I've done my 6 rows and I'm counting from the little blocks. Okay, so these squares always stay square. Here is block, double crochet, block, double crochet, block, double crochet. So going into row 7 from the blocks. Okay, so I'm going to go up 1, 2, 3 chain. Coming inside of my 2 chain space, I'm doing 2 double crochets. This row will be about double crochets only, 1 per stitch, and 2 inside of the chain space. 1 per stitch. So we're going to continue to do that all the way to the edge here. Okay, and then I'll come back to you on it. Okay. Okay, everyone, so I've reached where I had that one double crochet and done my one double crochet. Now I'm going to come inside of my 2 chain, continue to do 2 double crochet. We're going to have a difference of increase on here. So first one, double crochet, second one, double crochet, third one, double crochet. My increase is 2 together on the 4th. So 1 on the same stitch, 2. And everything else is 1. 1, next stitch, 1, last one, 1. 2 inside of the chain stitch. Okay. 1 per stitch on my first one. On my second one, 1. On my third one, 1. And on my fourth one, 2 in the same stitch. That's my increase. I'm going to repeat this all the way around the same way, and I'll meet you at the end. In my 2 chain space, 2 in the same chain space. So don't forget, your increase now is on the 4th double crochet. Okay, everyone, so I finished my row 7, counting from the little squares. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Remember, we did 6 rows with these little squares. Row 7. I've cut in my thread, and I'm going to come in now with the off-white, the cream, I should say. And I'm going to come in exactly where I finished off with those chains going up. We're using back loops only, okay? This row will be all about double crochets. So where we have the increase here on the motif, on the second one, not the first one, on the second one, we'll be adding 2 together. So single and 1 chain. I've stretched enough. That's my first double crochet. Into the next one, we're using back loops so we can have this decoration in the front. So taking back loops only, 1 double crochet per stitch all the way until that edge increase we have. So I'll meet you at the increase over here at the corner. Okay, 1 per stitch, back loops only. Okay, everyone, so I pretty much did my double crochets until my increase here, where we did the increase 2 on the same stitch on the 4th one. So on my second one, I'll be doing 2 together using back loops. That's my increase on the second double crochet, and then 1 per stitch until my next increase. Okay, so that's the way we're going to do all the way around, and also on this edge here. Okay, everyone, so we're coming in with the Tiffany blue. So we have that double crochet, the 3 chains we always went up. I'm going to go into the next one, and I'm going to tie my thread on here, just like that. We're going to do the poof stitch, so I'm going to bring my thread up, and I'm going to stretch it, coming back in. So that's 2 times, 3 times. Let's retry that again. So I've tied my thread, stretch, turn on your hook, stretch. That's 2, 3, and 4, and you want to have them the same size. Okay, so I'm going to skip a space and I'm coming directly into the next one, and I'm closing them all together. 1, 2 chain, coming directly inside where we've closed them all together. It almost looks like a single. 1, 2, 3, and 4. Skip a space, go into the next one, and close them all together. Now, sometimes it can be tricky, but once you get the hang of it, you're good to go. 2 chain, coming in where we've closed them off. 1, 2, 3, and 4. Oops, not turning on that one. Skip a space into the next one, and closing it all together. Chain 2. So we're going to repeat this all the way around. 1, 2, 3, and 4. Skip a space and into the next one. Trying to hide my little thread there, like that. Two chain, again, coming in here. 1, 2, 3, and 4. Skip a space into the next one and close them all together. Okay, so that's all we're going to do all the way around. I'll meet you at the end. Okay, everybody, so we are on our last one. I've done my 2 chain, 1, 2, 3, and 4. So by skipping this one, I would have went right into there, but I'm not going to skip. I'm just going to grab it. Now, some of you might have like extra one. It can happen. It has happened in other patterns that I've done. I'm only going to do 1 chain on this one because I don't want a big space. So if it does happen you have an extra stitch, then just skip 2 space. Don't worry about it. It's not going to change anything on the pattern. I'm going to cut my thread, tuck in my loose ends, and I'm going to come in again with the off-white, the beige color, the cream color I should say. Okay. Okay, everyone, so pretty much finished. So here where we have those squares, remember the squares here? So I'm just going to go straight up, and it's going to be where my division is, and I'm going to make a knot here with my cream color. And I'm going to tuck in as I go. So I'm going to come in and I'm going to do 1, 2, 3 chain. That's my double crochet and another double crochet. So 2 double crochet into the next space of 2 chain. This row will be all about double crochets. So 2 double crochets. And again into the next one. 2 double crochet where we have the 2 chain space. Now, we're going to be doing increase at the corners, obviously. So when I get to the next one here where we have the squares, the last squares, I'm still going to do 2, but after that I'm doing 3 and then 2, 3 and then 2. Okay, but I'll meet you there where the little squares are. Okay. Okay, you guys. So I'm at right on where the squares are at and to 2. So that means I have 24 groups. Okay, on this next one, we're going to do 3 double crochets on the same space because this is the beginning of that curve. Next one, 2 double crochets only. So we are going to alternate. The next one, 3 double crochets. Next one, 2 double crochets. Next one, 3 double crochets. And we're going to do that until the other side where we meet the squares. Just before the squares, we're going to start the square here with 2. Okay, so let's hope we don't have to make an adjustment. It's not like I'm counting stitch. Okay, so 3 2 3 2 3 2 until we get there. Okay, you guys. So I'm reaching right the same direction. I finished with the 3 there, so now I'm going to continue with my 2. So it fell in properly. The cats are coming around and driving the dogs nuts as usual. There's never a dull moment in this place, people. I think every recording I have, it's either the neighbors working on yards or, I don't know, playing music, or it's the cats coming around, or there's always an or. I mean, there's never a dull moment in my videos. Okay, so we're going to continue 2 again until we meet here. Now, if you need to put a marker, go ahead on both sides. Well, both sides. We know where we started, but if you need to put a marker, then go ahead. Okay, so I'll meet you at the end. Okay, you guys, so again, from where I've started, right on top of the squares that follow. So I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24. And that falls right on top again of where my squares is. So now I'm just going to continue to do my increase. So after my 24th, now we're doing 3. Just want to make sure you guys understand. Next one, 2 only double crochets. Next one, 3. Okay, and we're going to do exactly the same thing as we've done on here. I forgot to mention on this row here, the blue, the Tiffany blue, some of you might have a tight stitch. It could pull and it could bend, but you shouldn't worry about it or take it down, because when you do this one, it all falls into place. Okay, I should have mentioned that before. Okay, everyone, so pretty much finished doing all of the edges and finished off with 2. Or actually, I should say finished off with 3 and got into the 2. Okay, so now I'm going to come in where we have the same direction. We have those 2. I'm going to come in. I'll just go in the second one. We're going to create V's for the stems of the flowers. So I've done a single. I'm just going to hide my thread and do 1, 2, and 1 more for turning. Coming back in the same stitch, another double crochet. So I have my first V. Just got this little piece of thread because it's annoying. And then no chain space. 1, 2 on my third one, again, double crochet, 1 chain, coming in and doing my second V. So we're going to skip 1, 2 on my third stitch again, double crochet, 1 chain, and creating these V's like this one more time. 1, 2 on my third, double crochet, 1 chain, come back in the same stitch, and you have your V's. Okay, I hope it wasn't too high on the camera. 1, 2, and 3. 1 chain and double crochet. If there's any changement, I'll come back to you. So we're going to continue at least until we have this here, the little squares. Okay. Okay, everybody. So I'm on my last one, and on my last one, there's only one left, but we're not going to worry about that. We're going to close it with slip stitch, cut our thread, and we're going to start to create the tulips. I'm just going to tuck in my loose ends. Okay, everyone. So I'm bringing in the mixed fuchsia, pink, blue. So we have that square line here. Okay, I'm going to come right inside of the V. That's just a little bit slanted there. And I'm going to do incomplete double crochet for the tulips. So 1 single, 2 chain. So that's my first double crochet, my second, my third, and my fourth. Now for people that are using like Aunt Lydia number 3, I suggest you guys do only 3. 1, 2, 3 chain. Coming into the next one. 1. I'm doing 4 because I want it to be a little bit more fuller, but you can do only 3. 3 and 4, and close it all together. 1, 2, 3 chain into the next V. 1, 2, 3, and 4, and close it all together. It will be the same all the way around. 1, 2, 3 chain. 1, 2, 3, and 4 incomplete double crochet. 3 chain all the way around the same way. There is no change on this row. We're just building the tulips up. 3 and 4. Okay, so I'll meet you at the end. Okay, everyone, so I've cut in my thread. Remember we started doing that very first tulip. Just cut my thread here. If you want to put markers, you can. So I'm going again on the same direction. That means I'm going to come in where this one is at, just where we started that tulip, just before it. Tie my thread there, and you can do the same thing to this one on the same direction. Okay, so I'm going to pull my thread this way because I'm going to cover it, bring my thread in. 1, 2, 3 for my double crochet. We're going to build 3 double crochet here on the sides, and on the oval we have to alternate like we did with these ones. These ones we did 3 and 2. With this row we're going to do 3 and 4. Okay, so into the next one. Try to hide that thread a little bit better. So we're going to do 3 double crochet per space until we get to the other space in between those little blocks like we've been doing. So 3 double crochet, and then I'll meet you here right where the little blocks are, straight up. Okay, everyone, so I'm at where the squares are over here. So I have about 16. Now, it might, for some of you, be 15. It doesn't change anything on the pattern, okay? So this next one, I'm going to do 4 double crochet. We're going to alternate like we did on the previous rows. 4 and then 3. So very simple. And then 4 double crochet. So basically it's like we did with the white one here, just that we have more double crochets in. Okay, and then 3. And we're going to do this until the other edge here where we have the squares. Okay. Okay, everyone. So I finished doing my 3, 4, 3, 4, 3, 4, and I've ended right up to the line. And counting from this line, one thing that you want to make sure is another way to make sure that you have the same amount here as the 16 on this side is you can count from the line here 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, and my 16, which I ended up perfectly fine right at the other little squares here. Okay, so we'll do 16 on this side and then continue with the 4 and 3 until the end. Okay, so I'll meet you at the end. Okay, everyone, reaching the end, I'm closing in with slip stitch. Now this next row is only double crochet, 1 per stitch. There is no increase or decrease. So 1, 2 chains or 3 for some of you. Okay, I'm doing 2 because I think it's enough for me. And I had a knot there, so I'm trying to cover my knot. So 1 double crochet per stitch all the way around, no increase, no decrease. I'll meet you at the end of my row. Okay, just double crochets. Okay, everyone, so we pretty much finished the row, all double crochets, no increase, decrease, nothing. Okay, so now we're going to go up chain 2 or chain 3 for some of you. I'm going to come back in and do my single and 1 chain. Now I'm going to build groups of 6 double crochet. We might have to make an adjustment at the end. I don't know. I'm not counting how many stitches here. So 2, 4, 5, and 6. 1, 2, 3 chain. Again, skip 1, 2, 3 on my 4th. I'm going to build 6 double crochets again. We're going to do this all the way around the same way. 2, 4, 5, and 6. 1, 2, 3. Skip 1, 2, 3. Come into your 4th. Now see if at the edges, if I need to make any adjustment, I'll come back to you on it. If not, we're continuing to do this even at the edges, at the roundabouts. 2, 4, 5, and 6. Okay, so I'll meet you if I have to make adjustment before we go a roundabout. Okay, you guys, excuse me. So I can see that I need to make an adjustment on my last one. So we have 1, 2, 3, and then here is the 4th. So we have 4 on there already. I'm going to come back 1. I'm going to add another one here. 4, 5, and even this one here, 6. Okay, so it doesn't look too obvious. And then your 3 chain and close in. Okay. Okay, everyone. So I'm coming back in with the Tiffany blue. And I'm going to start, because they're all the same anyway, I'm going to start inside of that 3 chain. So I'm going to do 7 double crochets in here. I've done a single 2 chain, coming back in, creating the 7 double crochets. So 2, 4, 5, 6, and 7. I'm going to do 1, 2, 3 chain. If your tension is too tight, you can do a 4 chain into the next 3 chain space and create your 7 double crochets. 2, 4, 6, and 7. 1, 2, 3 chain. And again, now if we need to make an adjustment before the curve, I'll come back to you on it. If not, this is how we're going to proceed. At the curve, if you must do a 4 chain space, then go ahead and do it instead of 3. We don't want the pattern to be pulling. 2, 4, 6, and 7. Okay, so I will see if I have to make any adjustments at the curve and let you know. Okay, you guys, so I finished the blue, coming in again with my cream color. We're almost finished. And you can grab anywhere you'd like. So I'm going to come in that first double crochet. I'm going to do a single, try to hide my thread as I go, and 2 chain. I'm going to come back in and do another double crochet on the same stitch. So we're going to alternate 2 double crochet on the first one, 1 double crochet on the second, 2 double crochet on the third, 1 double crochet, 2 double crochet, 1 double crochet, and the last one, 2 double crochet. I gotta make sure that this camera is catching well. Maybe if I pull my table a little bit more. So we have 11 double crochets, 2 on the first one, 1 alone, 2 together, 1 alone, 2 together, 1 alone, 11 total. Now I'm going to come on that second double crochet. Make sure that you grab also the blue, and I'm going to do incomplete. 1, 2, 3, and 4 incomplete double crochets. Now I'm going to close them all together and then start again on that first double crochet with 2 double crochet, next one, 1 alone, 2 together. So we're going to have a total of 11 double crochets again, 1 alone, 2 together, 1 alone, and the last one, 2 together. We're going to do this all the way around the same way. So coming on that second double crochet, make sure you hide that blue, incomplete. 1, 2, 3, and 4. So we don't work the first one and we don't work the last one, and close it all together. And again, repeat your 11 double crochets. We're going to do this all the way around, and then I'll meet you at the end. Okay. Okay, everyone, so pretty much finished all of the cream color. This is the last row coming in with the brown. I'm going to come in not on the first double crochet, but on the second. And I'm going to do a slip stitch. I'm going to do one chain into the next one and slip stitch. One chain into the next one, slip stitch. One chain into the next one, slip stitch. And it's going to be like this all the way around, except when we get to the other part of the incomplete double crochets. So this gives a beautiful little effect. You've seen me do quite a lot on some patterns this stitch. So one chain and slip stitch. So we're not doing the first and we're not doing the last. Now we're going to do, I believe it's double triple if I'm not mistaken. We're going to work on this double crochet here and on that double crochet there. So I'm coming in and I'm going to take out 2 and 2, and I'm going to turn twice on my hook again, coming on the next one here, take out 2 and 2, and the last 2, which I think I had an extra one on my hook, but anyway, we're not using the first double crochet, we're using the second one. Single, or slip stitch I should say, and one chain. Slip stitch, one chain. Slip stitch, one chain. So we don't work on the first and we don't work on the last. And simple as that, and it gives it a beautiful effect. Remembering your tulips, you can do them in different colors, in red or yellow. Okay, so 1, 2. I think it's triple. I think it's only 2. I think I'm supposed to do triple. Let's see. So stretch your thread. Take out once, take out twice. Yeah, I think that's what it is. Turn twice on your hook. And again, take out once, take out twice. And now we're going to take them all together. That's right. I think I had turned too many times on the first one, but no issue, no biggie, makes no difference. Slip stitch, one chain. Slip stitch, one chain. Okay, and this is how it's going to proceed this last row. You can do singles if you want. If you don't want to do it this way, it's up to you. I mean, there's so many ways to finish a pattern, right? But I think this gives it a beautiful effect to it. And remember, you could always go bigger as a runner by keep adding the chain stitch at the beginning, each 5. Okay, so don't do the last one. So turn twice on your hook. So we have 3 on the hook coming in that first one here. Stretch your thread, take out once. Oops, and I missed it. Kind of hard to have my hands stretched out here in recording. So stretch, take out once, take out twice. So that leaves us 2 on the hook. Turn twice again and come in this way. Stretch your thread, take out once, take out twice. Now take all 3 of them and come on the second double crochet. If your stitch is too tight, you could always do the first one if you'd like. I don't like to leave it too loose, so make sure that we don't leave it too loose. It won't look pretty. So we have to be careful on that. Okay, so I think this does it for this tutorial, people. I'll leave the measurements below inside of the description box. Remember, I don't write patterns as I don't read them, unfortunately. I will see you in the next tutorial. So 3 on the hook, come from the inside, take out 2, take out 2, turn twice on the hook again. So you always have 4, and then take out 2, and the last 3, and come directly into that second double crochet with slip stitch, 1 chain, slip stitch. Okay, and this pretty much does it for this tutorial. I hope I wasn't too far off on camera, my goodness. Okay, so slip stitch, 1 chain, slip stitch, 1 chain, slip stitch, 1 chain, slip stitch, 1 chain, slip stitch, just to make sure that it wasn't off on camera, because sometimes, oh my goodness. Turn twice on your hook, come in, take out 2, take out 2, turn twice again, take out 2, take out 2, so we have 3 on the hook, then take out the last 3, and again come on your second double crochet with slip stitch. Okay, thank you so much, everybody. I will see you in the next tutorial. If you haven't subscribed, please do so and give a thumbs up on the video. That's the least you can do to help us out. God bless. Stay safe. Until next time. Bye-bye.